Interactive violin can mean different things to different people, but the way I use that notion is that I work with the violin bow itself. So the violin bow, in its basic vanilla state, is the engine which powers the violin. But by measuring the violin bow, its movement, its speed of movement, its bow pressure, its relationship in distance to the violin, and all these other things which you can measure now, I can use this information to drive a computer system. So the violin, at the same time as driving the violin, can be driving another method of making music. The configuration tonight is very experimental because it's a new interactive bow. It's called a K-bow, and to be a little bit technical, it's in the frog of the bow, the bit where you hold it, there are some accelerometers which measure movement and speed of movement. There's a sensor in the hair itself, and there are sensors right the way up the what was the wood of the bow. This is a glass fiber bow now, and inside that is an aerial. So the whole thing is measured, basically. Everything it does is being measured and converted into ones and zeros. Most of the music that I make does demand attention, so you have to sort of sit there and use the ears in a kind of positive way to actually you have to go to the music. It's like it's often complex, not always. Some music is also simple that I do. I mean, the surface tension of it is simple, but other music, like the stuff that I'm doing with this interactive bow, can be quite complex. I like complex things. I mean, we live in a complex world. If you don't like complexity, really, you shouldn't be alive today, should you? So after this, I'm playing next in Tasmania, in Hobart, for the Monofoma Festival. That's on the 9th of January, and it's a piece called Pursuit, which is a whole chamber orchestra of musical instruments powered by bicycle mechanism, and also choirs and all kinds of stuff. Everything basically on a bicycle that makes sound.